I want to pay my respects to both Anuel AA, the trap rapper, and 6ix9ine for falling for that woman that they fell for. First off, Anuel was made her his wife, right? And then 6ix9ine beefing with Anuel over clout, decided to sleep with her too. And then today, I seen a video of her true intentions in vacation, and they fell for the biggest trap known to most Hispanic or Puerto Rican men. They know not to mess with that. You know, we grow when when Puerto Rican kids, teenagers, beautiful guys like me, because I was a beautiful guy. When we see someone that's a little bit too provocative, we don't like that. We don't like that. And there was a video of Jailin Lamas Piran in Jamaica dancing like she was for the streets. So you make ends meet, and she finessed Anuel. She got millions of dollars, cars, chains off Anuel. She goes to 6ix9ine, takes chains from 6ix9ine, property from 6ix9ine, and then you see who it is on the club in Jamaica dancing like a motherfucking dirty. It's not even like regular people dance reggaeton like this, right? That's how I do it, right? And the goal of reggaeton is to have close body contact, right? So if it's someone's booty, right, the female's booty, your belt buckle, your pop, 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 with the booty like pop, pop, with clothes, obviously, but that's basically the nature of the dance. That's how it's supposed to go. If you know the person, obviously, you could touch, you could grab, hit, but it's usually, you know, very subtle, rhythmic, dembo motion. It's dembo. But when someone dance dances dembo like if they were a stripper, my guy, my guy, you got finessed. You got finessed. All Puerto Rican guys know not to mess with that bitch. Cause she ain't getting anyone serious. She ain't getting anyone serious. If they would have known what I know and see someone in the club, motherfucking moving all crazy and shit, like dancing and getting low dancing reggaeton. That's the demon, bruh. She'll play everybody she knows. She'll have a boyfriend every time she comes. She'll come back home with someone new every time she come back from drinking. She knows everybody at up close and personal level, if you know what I mean. And as a gentleman that has a lot of A-listers, had a lot of pretty top shelf girlfriends in my life, like Pop Collar. We definitely on the we definitely on the high times, we're up there in terms of beautiful women. That one like that, she may be cute, but not even none of my cuties would dance like that. And they were cute as hell. Really beautiful women. Not now because I'm ugly, but back then when I was 10 and my hair was blonde, it was really beautiful women. And none of them danced like her. So we know as a Puerto Rican dude who was raised in PR that you don't hit on that one because that one is a little bit too off the hinges. It's a little bit too loose, too freaky. And she was freaky as fuck in that video, bro. It wasn't reggaeton. It wasn't dembo. She wasn't dancing dembo. She was tap 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 and getting down to her ankles and doing all that. She took that guy's money and and just by looking at her, she had the big glasses, classic ghetto shit. Big sunglasses down to here, all tan, in a onesie with a short mini skirt. Not that one. I know. And I had lots of girlfriends, really beautiful, probably more beautiful than that woman. Not that one. That's the one that you avoid. And that's the one that you avoid. Because you see her at this club, right? Let me tell you the experience. You see her at this club, right? You sitting there drinking, having your whiskey, having your beer, 2 cups, bum, 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 bum. And you see her in the club, and she has that one guy, right? And you see her, and you're like, all right, there she is dancing, all right. And you continue sipping, you come back next week, it's another guy, and she's doing the same thing. She's dancing the same way, maybe a little reserved, maybe not too loose on the hinges. You come back to the club again, and you see her again. You see her again with another guy. That's 3 dudes in less than 3 weeks. You understand what I'm saying? Like that. That's one of those that the type in PR that like to get in a man's car, or maybe take him with her car places, and they're always her cousins. They're always her cousins. It's like, "Ah, that's mi primo." Yeah, that's your primo. Yeah, yeah, we get it. We get it. That's your primo. Yeah. That's a little too freaky. This is a little bit too freaky for him to be your cousin. You understand what I'm saying? So both of these guys fell for the biggest trap, and they gave all their money to their trap. That's basically the summation of this video. Both Anuel and Daniel Hernandez fell for the one they shouldn't fall in the club, the one that of a personal experience. As you get older, that she's not gonna dance with you like that. She's gonna, whenever she wants to, she's gonna give a special guy that dance. Not that dance. You're not getting that dance. If you know her, you're not getting that dance. It's that guy. And with that guy, she'll go the whole way. You know? So it's just like, I don't know. There's limits to this. There's limits. If you know them like I know them, they're not going to dance with you that way. They're going to dance with that guy, with the one she wants to give a chance. And it's about chance. And that's the same type of girl that would go out with a really beautiful guy one day and a really ugly guy the next. Trust me with this. I'm giving you tips, really good tips. She'll spend 3 months with a really beautiful one, and then give a chance to someone that you wouldn't ever think of seeing her with. Like, "Oh, what the fuck you doing? Like, what the fuck you doing?" And you'll see her at the club with that, with a new guy driving around. And then after people sort of don't like her too much, she'll disappear forever. She'll disappear. She'll disappear. Trust me with this. She's not going to stay in the club where all these, where newer generations are still seeing her in the same cycle. It's an evolution of these Hispanic, Dominican, and Puerto Rican women. She'll vanish from the scene. But I know that. I have that. I have that experience. Say, if you're her girlfriend, you dance maybe like this. Like little contact, left, right, pop, 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 pop. Music loud, have a couple drinks, drive around, go to a couple places. You quit on her, she's not going to be there when you're there. But if you didn't go out with her, when you see her, she's going to be dancing. And she's going to dance a little differently with every guy. It's going to be one guy, she's going to be nice and sweet, and one of them, she's going to go all the way. And once you see that all the way, the Hispanic in you, the Puerto Rican in you wants to go, nah. Oh my God, no! You know what these? You know what she's doing? Let's call it sex on the beach, baby. That's sex on the beach. That's the origins, the definition of sex on the beach. So that's how people get laid. That's the beginning of courtship. Once they get really loose like that, and it's nobody, and it's someone she doesn't even know, she's gonna sleep with him. She's gonna sleep with him. She's freaky when she's dancing, and she's Hispanic, and there's a chance, there's a spot, a back seat, a beach, a corner, somewhere they not seeing her. She gonna sleep with him from experience. Papa here, Grandpa here, telling you. Your grandpa giving you the tips of what happened to both Anuel and 6ix9ine. They were sort of a little bit. mm, they fell for the wrong one. They fell for one that had a good front. She got social media exposure, good front. Once again, they maybe dance with Anuel. She maybe dance with Anuel like this. Eh, 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 eh. Nice and easy, right? Like if it was nothing. That's emotional because dancing is a real emotional thing. With 6ix9ine, with Danny Hernandez, the same thing. Even less. Nice and quiet. And then whenever she gets loose off the hinges, the one that the one that's really gonna get her how she really is gonna be a random stranger. And you don't want that. You don't want that in your life. You don't want that type of female in your life at all. Because she's gonna cheat on you day one. Day one. She's gonna find out. Be like, "Hello, Poppy. How you doing, Poppy? See. Yeah, that was my brother. Hello, Poppy. See, blah 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 blah." She's gonna be like, yeah. She's gonna have someone in prison like that. She'll have someone from prison. Yeah, yeah. Blah blah blah. Calling her. She's a piece of prison. Blah blah blah. And then another one. And then another one. And then another one. And at her house, it's the same ambience, the same environment. It's gonna be me. I was there through in the afternoon. The day I'm not there, someone's gonna be in that motherfucker. The day that person is not there, someone new is gonna be in that motherfucker. It's not. It's serious, bro. When they're that freaky, dancing reggaeton, you gotta fly, let it go like a birdie. Let that go, brother. Let that go. She belongs to the streets, just like Future said it. She belongs to the street, and she finessed both of those guys. Peace. I gotta